Hi friends, and happy December 2nd. Let's continue our countdown to Christmas with our next card. So I'm all set. I got my coffee and my Christmas cup, and I'm gonna take the next card out of our box. Our countdown to Christmas, 23 days to go. So let's see what's this card. Ooh, sneak peek for tomorrow. Looks like a fun one. So we will open this one up and see what's inside. I'm already starting to get Christmassy around here. I hope you are too. All right, let's take a look at this card and put it together. So opening up our little packet, we have the picture of the finished card. This is beautiful with doves, and it says peace on it in shiny silver letters. The instructions are on the back. As with all the cards, when you open up your little packet, be careful about all the little pieces. This one has little tiny blue glitter sprigs of like olive branches that you don't want to lose. So there's 2 of those. And we have some beautiful white doves, some glitter paper, and our sentiment. So the instructions are pretty straightforward like yesterday, so let's follow along. And I should say in some cards, you'll probably have an extra piece of white to go on the inside, and that may or may not be reflected on your instructions. So let's start by putting our extra white cardstock on the inside. If the card base is made out of something other than white, I pretty much always have included a white insert. In this case, the card base is white, but I thought the extra insert added a little bit more strength and beauty to this card. So if you have an extra piece of white paper, that's where it goes, on the inside of the card. This one is going to open sideways like this. So that's probably important to understand as you put it together. A little bit different than some of the others. So we are going to layer the blue cardstock to the front of the card, and I'm using Terran tape for that. You could use glue just as well. And we'll just center this on the white card base. And then we're going to do the same thing with the pattern paper with the pretty doves on it. Will be centered on top of this piece. So we've got that down, and we'll get our doves down. The back of this is also a very pretty design, but I think the doves go great with what we're doing on this card. So I think that you understand this from my original plans for this card kit, but the first week of cards here will be Christmas, holiday themed, so you can get them right in the mail or, attached to the packages that you'll be giving this month. But then next week we'll switch to cards you can use throughout the year after Christmas. All right, and then we're on step 3, so we're going to add the peace sentiment, which is already adhered down to the light blue cardstock, and we're going to put that on top of the glitter paper. So we have a nice glittery frame on that. And I'm going to use glue on this one. No real science to this, but sometimes on the glitter paper, the glue, seeps into the texture on the glitter paper and holds it a little bit better. So we'll center this onto the really beautiful, sparkly blue glitter paper. Don't know why it's hard for me to say that today. And you can see the piece is cut from a pretty silver, almost like a mirror. I adhered all those down for you because they were very delicate and I didn't know how they would kind of survive the packaging process. And then I'm going to put this, I don't think I put that in the instructions very clearly, but we're going to then adhere this whole sentiment to the card front in the center. So I used glue for that. And then we're gonna add our 2 doves. I put one down here and one up here. And I'm gonna use dimensional tape for that. So these little dimensionals, we'll put them on the back. And that'll make these stand up a little bit. You can, if you want, you can kind of lift up the edges of these wings for some added dimension. So I'm gonna put her there. And then same with the other one. We'll put some dimensionals a little bit more towards the center of the wing. And then I'm going to just turn up the edges of the wings a little bit. Of course, if you mail it, it'll get flattened back out. And if you're mailing, you may want to keep it flatter and not use dimensionals here. That's totally up to you. You shouldn't have any problems with it though. And then the final step, we're gonna glue these little twigs under the dove's beaks. And so I'm doing that by putting a little dot of glue on the top side of this. I probably should not do it over my card just in case it drips. And then I'm gonna just stick that under the dove, and I probably need to get my finger in there and hold it in place for a second. Okay, this could be a little bit of a tricky operation. You might want to glue the glitter on the beaks before you tape it down, now that I'm actually doing it. All right, and then I think on this one, I'm gonna put the glue on the back of the twig and then stick it to the paper underneath instead of trying to adhere it to the dove itself. That worked a little easier. That's why I'm making these videos, so that you can see how it really works and get the little tips and tricks. So I'm gonna do the same up here. I'm taking this off and putting a little bit of glue on the back. I hope I didn't give you too much trouble with these instructions. And I'm gonna just stick that onto the paper instead of onto the dove, since the dove's already sticking up. There, I like that. Okay, so there you have it. Our simple card number 2, 23 more days to go. A beautiful piece card to send to anybody who's celebrates anything this holiday season. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the next card.